Donald Trump's presidency marked a stark departure from traditional U.S. foreign policy. His America First doctrine, a cornerstone of his campaign and presidency, prioritized American interests above all else. This approach, often described as transactional and nationalistic, challenged the established norms of global engagement and left many questioning America's role on the world stage. At the heart of America First was the belief that the U.S. had been taken advantage of in trade deals and international agreements. Trump argued that these agreements often benefited other countries at the expense of American jobs and economic growth. He promised to renegotiate these deals, withdraw from unfavorable agreements, and put American workers and businesses first. This shift in priorities signaled a move away from multilateralism, the idea that global challenges are best addressed through cooperation and international institutions. Trump's skepticism towards organizations like the United Nations and NATO, which he viewed as inefficient and burdensome, further underscored his commitment to putting American interests first. The America First doctrine also had significant implications for America's relationships with its allies. Trump's insistence on burden sharing and his willingness to criticize long-standing partners like Germany and Japan created tensions and raised questions about the future of these alliances. Chapter 1. As the Trump administration navigated its foreign policy agenda, relations with Russia came under intense scrutiny. Trump's approach to Russia was a mix of engagement and confrontation. His attempts to foster a warmer relationship with Putin were met with skepticism. Allegations of Russian interference in the 2016 election led to investigations and heightened tensions. Economically, Trump's administration imposed sanctions on Russia. These targeted key sectors of the Russian economy, including energy, finance, and defense. Russia sought to mitigate their impact through economic diversification and strengthening ties with China. Militarily, the U.S. maintained a cautious stance towards Russia. The administration continued to bolster NATO's presence in Eastern Europe. This included increased military aid to Ukraine and additional troops to NATO member states. The dual approach of seeking engagement while reinforcing deterrence highlighted the complexities of Trump's Russia policy. Overall, Trump's handling of Russia showcased the challenges of balancing personal diplomacy with strategic imperatives. Chapter 2. Under the Trump administration, Iran became a focal point of U.S. foreign policy, with significant political, economic, and military implications. Politically, Trump's stance towards Iran was a sharp break from his predecessor's approach. In May 2018, Trump withdrew the United States from the Iran nuclear deal. He criticized the agreement as flawed and insufficient in curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions. This move was met with mixed reactions globally, with concerns over escalating tensions in the Middle East. Economically, the Trump administration reimposed stringent sanctions on Iran, targeting its oil exports and financial institutions. These sanctions aimed to exert maximum pressure on Tehran, crippling its economy. The sanctions led to a significant reduction in oil revenues and widespread economic hardship for the Iranian population. Despite these measures, Iran continued its regional ambitions and nuclear activities. Militarily, the Trump administration adopted a more confrontational posture towards Iran. This included deploying additional U.S. troops to the Middle East and designating Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. Tensions peaked in January 2020 when a U.S. drone strike killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad. This led to a retaliatory missile attack by Iran on U.S. bases in Iraq, bringing the two nations to the brink of war. The heightened military tensions underscored the volatility of the U.S.-Iran relationship. The Trump administration's approach towards Iran was marked by political isolation, economic pressure, and military deterrence. These measures aimed to curtail Iran's nuclear ambitions but also contributed to increased instability in the Middle East. As we examine the key players who shaped Trump's foreign policy decisions, it is essential to consider their impact on U.S.-Iran relations. Now let's delve into the key players who shaped Trump's foreign policy decisions and their impact on the global stage. Chapter 3. Section 5, A Multipolar World, Trump's Legacy on the Global Stage. Trump's presidency coincided with significant geopolitical shifts, marked by the rise of China and the resurgence of Russia. His America First policies accelerated the trend towards a more multipolar world. Trump's withdrawal from the Trans-Pacific Partnership created a void that China filled. Imposing tariffs on Chinese goods strained relations with key allies. His unpredictable behavior eroded America's credibility. Withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal isolated the United States. As Trump left office, the world was more uncertain and less predictable. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more in-depth analysis on global politics. Thanks for watching.